Alright, whatever. I just started. I don't know if you guys can see my face. Alright. Again, making this videos, man, and not being able to see my face. Alright, that should be good, right? You guys can see my face? Let's pray. Because I got the camera turned around so that, like, I guess is a higher definition. So, whatever. Alright. Anyways, guys, David Price over here with Nash Chevrolet off 124. I kind of had, I said this in the next video or whatever. I mean, chronologically, I created that one before I created this one, and that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. So, what is it? Is he on drugs? So anyways, I created a YouTube channel, and I'm going to kind of like differentiate a couple things. Like, I kind of want to just go on I just dive into it. All right, so anyways, I've realized that for the most part, people that like my page and like are gonna go and follow and like and all this whatever are gonna be people that have already bought from me. So there's not gonna be much of a purpose of me coming out and saying, hey, we have bonus tags this week, we have this, that, whatever. But what I decided to do was, man, it is chilly. What I decided to do was I decided to come out with videos about stuff that I'm interested in, because here's the thing, I would much rather be a likable guy and than a likable salesperson, because I think really, in all honesty, in human relations with your salesman, you don't want to be sitting down with just a salesman. You want to be sitting down with somebody who you feel like you can trust and that you can go. And Joe's about to drive by. Hey, Joe. I look crazy out here, but anyways, you guys want to deal with somebody who you feel like is a human being and not necessarily a robot that sits there and punches out phone calls all day. Hey, do you want to come buy a car? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I want to bring pretty much like a different dynamic into the automotive industry. Is that a big goal? Yeah, absolutely. But whatever. I love my job. I love the people that I work with. I think I couldn't be more blessed. You know, I've been through. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I've been through. Anyways, in the past year, I've been through some really dark stuff. Definitely struggled with some things that most 21-year-olds may never even, or people in general may never even have to experience. And you know, that was tough on me. But the thing that I decided was, I've always been very success oriented. Originally, back when I was a kid, it was mainly about being liked and being accepted in groups in school or whatever. I wanted people to really appreciate who I was, and so what I would do was I would constantly shove it down their throat, because I was so insecure about myself that I would like force myself upon other people, ultimately driving them away from me. I kind of came to the realization when I was about 19 years old that there's no point in me doing that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to, if I sit there and just try to please people all day long, then I'm going to get caught up in this like ultimate downward spiral in my mind, where I'm going to seek validation and not get it back. So I started pretty much kind of more or less doing what I pleased, and because of that, I drove a lot of my friends, people that were my friends, away, because they wanted the kiss, brown nosing David. I think that's appropriate. I think I can say that. But they wanted the brown nosing David instead of the David who kind of took his own direction. Now my I did, you know, my friends did, a few friends did stick around, but I did lose a few. Anyways, I started going out and partying and stuff, because I felt like I was above all of that back in high school. So I went out and got all my partying. Now, I don't want to say all of it out of me, because, you know, whatever, I'm 21 now. But went out and had a crazy time with my friends, and got into some situations that I should have never been in. But it's part of the learning curve. You live and you learn. Either you let that define who you are, or you use it as a lesson to progress in your life. And that's pretty much where I started to kind of curve. I started to look into more self-development things. Started to kind of, you know, scratch the surface of what was really out there. This was before I was really reading any self-development books. For the most part, I was reading Stephen King and Dean Koontz and things like that. But here this past year, things really kind of took a change. I left for Cleveland, Ohio, after I turned 21. It was pretty much like right after I turned 21. I hooked up with this girl. Man, the big trucks, I swear. Anyways, I hooked up with this girl, and she was really cool. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and devalue that relationship, because it was what it was, and she was a really cool girl. I fell in love, and because of that relationship and what happened in that relationship, which I'm really not gonna dig too deep into, because it's a really personal matter, and hopefully when I get the courage enough to get over the fact that my dad's gonna be watching these videos potentially, then I'll actually kind of dive in, because whatever, it's just some dark stuff. But anyways, I went through that, and she was an amazing girl. But the problem in that relationship was there was just too much of a negative mindset already integrated into what she saw in the world. It was the world is a dark and mean place. But one of my favorite philosophers, his name's Alan Watts, says, if you say things are bad, then that implies that there's something good. If things are hot, there's a cold. But in reality, we live in one world. There is only one world, and it is as it is, and it will always be as it is. Take it as it comes. And that's really when I started to dig into that kind of stuff. And I really kind of found light in myself and in the world by doing that, which ultimately, if you think about it, your present state, your present moment is only a result of the things that have built you up, that your past has brought you to the point that you are at now. So if I was to reflect back as what I've done in the past year, I would say I'm doing awesome. Like, the moves that I started making back when I turned 21 as to where I am right now, I can look back and say, you know what, I've made good choices. I've messed up, but because of that, I've learned a lesson to overcome the next potential hurdle. So in doing all of this, it's brought me to this point, and I'm 21. I'm still 21 years old, about to turn 22, and I got a pretty bomb job. Like, this is kind of awesome. I love doing what I do. I love meeting people. I love interacting with customers in general. I love working on the phones. I love getting to drive these sick cars. I mean, this morning I get to drive a Stingray. That was awesome. Had dual or performance exhaust and sport mode and whatever. Like, it had. I mean, it was just sick. And the guy that I worked with, he was awesome. He came in. He had a good attitude. A really nice guy. I didn't know a whole lot about him just because it was the first Corvette I ever sold. But he was totally patient with me and whatever. But what that shows is I love this job. I love this job. I love the people that I'm surrounded with. I love my friends. My relationships ultimately with people have gone up, and the relationships that really didn't have a whole lot of value to me are starting to flake off. Now, I'm not saying, in order to be my friend, you have to offer value, but what it really comes down to is, if you're going to be my friend, if you're going to be riding with me, there's got to be some kind of stimulation that you bring me. So if I get to sit down with you and explain to you all these things that I've learned, then that's good enough for me. I think ultimately, if you're my friend, if I can grow your mind, it allows me to add my value. Okay, so if I'm able to help you and you enjoy my help and you follow the teachings that I've learned, and that I'm just regurgitating stuff. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. You could say that I've come up with all these theories, whatever. I really haven't. I've actually just pieced a bunch of information together and am just regurgitating it back to you. But if you take those lessons that I've learned that's helped me, and I see you succeed, then that shows me that I have value, and that makes me feel good. So, and then on the other hand, if I can do that. I could be in that position for someone else. If somebody else knows more than me, I'm completely open ears. I'm ready to go. That's why I stay pretty open-minded. I like to listen and learn from people generally older than me. Then again, I do want to dive into life coaching. I definitely want to bring that into my life. I think that would be an awesome thing. I think I'd be really good at that. And that's pretty much where this YouTube channel, whatever, starts. I feel like, if I can get some kind of value worked up in myself, then people will see value in what I say and what I bring to the table. And by doing that, then I get feedback back. Now, I know this isn't a very informational. I can't even come up with the right words, and just come spend $500 with me so I can teach you a lesson. Anyways, this isn't a very informal. What is the word? Informational, whatever. Video, whatever. We'll just go. Just pretend like that. The past 10 seconds didn't happen. But what this is allowing me to do is hopefully potentially reach my ultimate goal, which is going to be drive this business, my business, my personal, because there's 18 other sales guys on the floor. I have to do something different in order to succeed. Well, if I'm going to do something different to succeed, why not do this? And along the way, if I can accomplish my goal of helping other people, because my life purpose, I understand, is to ultimately benefit people that want help. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped, but the people that do want to be helped, I'm more than glad to do that. My time is valuable. I'm going to, charge people, but this is a startup. So, the first things that I'm going to do is, I'm already doing it with some of my friends. I'm helping them. For example, my one friend has completely turned his, social life, he's almost turned it completely upside down because of what I've shown him. And he talks about how great his life has gotten. Whatever. I'm not going to give his testimony. That's bad marketing. But anyways, guys, this channel is going to be more or less so that I can connect with you as a human being and not some guy trying to sell you a car, because nobody really likes that guy. I'm going to be a human being, and I'm going to start a video blog. And the things that I miss, for the most part, I'm going to put a lot down below on the video information, whatever. Because I am a writer. I love to write. I've been writing since I was in 5th grade. I love to do that. So any points that I miss, anything, there's going to be a lot of value that I'm going to bring into the video information. But for this video, it's not really going to be a whole lot. It's just going to be maybe this is my first video, and and just go on from there. So anyways, guys, whatever. If you want to come buy a car, come buy a car. If you like the video, then like the video. If you want to share. If you want to tell your friends, tell your friends. And I appreciate it. And we'll go from here. I don't know if there's anything else that I missed, but if there is, then I'll put it down there. All right, guys. Thank you.